Hi friends, today we're going to be doing, welcome to equine sketching, by the way, I'm Mindy, and we're going to be doing some sketching out with live horses, two of my horses. This is Misty, the Mustang, and little Geronimo, he's a little mini, and we're going to be doing quick sketches using block shapes. I have some willow charcoal today. You can use whatever you have available, a pencil, and I also have some kneaded eraser here as well. So gather up your materials, come join me. All right, so we can go at all kinds of angles, but first we're just going to observe the horses, you know, where they're at here. They're out in a pasture up here in northern Idaho. We're starting to get this fall season, and we're getting a little bit later into the afternoon here, but we're going to take a look at their body shapes, and we can go at all kinds of different angles to get them. And sometimes you have to move quickly, especially when you're with live horses. And we're getting some of the behind shots here as well. And then, okay, so we're gonna do, just to start out today, with some hindquarter shots of their rumps, just because sometimes it's fun to break down the horse into different body parts versus having to do the whole horse. Sometimes that can be really intimidating. So let's start out here with looking at the hindquarters of the horse. And if they move, which they do often, then we can always come back around and come back around to the angle of the hindquarters here as well. Okay, so I'm going to come in here with my kneaded eraser. I've got a little broken or willow charcoal, and I'm just going to start doing some quick sketches here in the hindquarters area, and it's just simple shapes. So we're coming in and down, and then in and down, and I'm going to come up. I'm going to go to the barrel of that horse. So this is fairly dark, as you can see. I'm going to come in and get her neck as it's coming down. And again, I'm using simple shapes and coming in. We can always refine as we go, but for now we're getting simple shapes in here, so we get the overall general shape. A lot of times if you're just getting the minimum in an abstract way, your eye starts filling in the shapes of the horse overall. So we've got some great starts. We're going to get a little bit of that tail in there so you can see that. We're going to watch Geronimo here just a little bit. So we're going to come up and take a look at him and get his hindquarters as well. So let's see what we got here. We're right on behind him. We're going to come down and take a look here again at the paper. I'm going to just draw quick shapes and a tail. Oh, we got to drive by. We got to drive by here. We got another rump right here coming alongside, which is two great shots here too. So if you're quick, you can get these two side by side, which is wonderful. All right, so we're still working on Geronimo a little bit, and we're just going to come alongside here and get those hindquarters. Boom, boom. Get that little belly of his. Little. It's a lot of little. It's fun. All right. His tail is just marvelous. How long and flowing it is, and he should have his own little commercial here. And then Misty, her hindquarters is right alongside his, and yeah, the gnats out here are incredible, but we're getting, and that's the beautiful thing about being out in the country, you get a little bit of everything, you know? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna come down here, come in here. All right, we got some of that tail, and we're again just going from the perspective of the hind, so we're getting a little bit of that withers and coming down. So all right, so that's a good start. We're just heading into watching the horses as we move, but getting different perspectives. And then we can come from the side. We come from the side angle here as well. So let's do a side angle shot. We got these two alongside each other, which is wonderful. We're going to come down with the paper, take a look at, we're going to start again along the spine. We'll start with Misty, and we got that middle and then the hindquarters, and we're going to come down into the front and hindquarters. We got a little bit of movement from her, so she's moved, so you can vary that, but a little bit of tail. We're going to come down to the neck since she's grazing. We've got a grazing shot here, and here we go. Oh, that's working out. So we're not going to get too detailed as of yet. We're just working into the general shape of the horse, and you can block some of those shapes in. It's a great way to learn without getting too caught up in perfectionistic line drawing. So you're blocking in shapes, you get in the overall shape of the horse. And here we go. A little bit of that jawline coming down into the muzzle. Okay. All right. So we're going to follow this herd. These two are enjoying themselves out here at the pasture. I love being able to have the opportunity for them to be out here because they love it. So now we're going to get a side angle of Geronimo. So let's do that real quick. Let's get a nice side angle of him. You can see that. Take a moment just to look over his shape and his leg length in comparison to his body size, and the difference between the two horses, the two equines, in size. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at our papers and we're going to begin. Okay, so we're going to come on down. And here we go. So we're gonna get this over here. Little Geronimo and his body. And then what we do on the front end, we're kind of gonna do a side angle of the body. Come on down. His body is quite short, but we're just going to come on down here. I'm having to turn a little bit because he's moving around quite a bit, and again, doing simple shapes, coming up into that ear. Yup, don't get too caught up in the details. This is a great way to learn overall shape of the horse. Coming into that magnificent tail of his. And we're coming into the hindquarters. Back leg, we got one up here. Okay, we'll get into hooves and all that stuff here as well, but for now this is a good place to be. Okay, here we are. Some mane. Okay. All right, folks, thanks for joining me today. Simple shapes. It's not fancy, but it's a great way to learn how to get in and learn the shapes of the horses. And so here, have some fun with it. Play. Enjoy your day. Thanks for joining me, and continue to keep sketching. You only get better by practicing. See you next time. Bye-bye.